Gentlemen, boys, and girls, welcome back to episode number 25, the revival of the Ball Talk Boyos podcast. My name's Topher. I'm joined, as usual, from only 2 minutes down the road from me now, Joey Boreski. Joey, how does it feel to be back?
Topher, it feels like we're back, like we never left. Does it feel like it's been like 3 or 4 years since we filmed this? Absolutely. Has
Has it
basically
only been
everything in
10
each of our
months?
lives, it's been only been 10 months. Has anything, basically everything in our lives changed in those past 10 months or so? Yes.
Yeah, just about everything. Yep.
But you know what? We're here, and I am pumped up to be talking some ball with the Boyos tonight.
Yes, and we are very happy to announce we've added two
Official.
permanent official co-hosts to the show. One, Connor Wood, a couple familiar faces as well. I'm sure people will be thrilled to see you guys are back around. Connor, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's good to be on the podcast. I think it's probably my third appearance, so
Yes.
I'm glad to officially join the boys officially.
Yeah, Quinn, how does it feel?
Wait.
Go ahead.
Join the what officially?
The Boyos.
That's exactly.
That's what I thought.
And then Quinn, I think this is also your third or fourth appearance. How's it, feel that we're back doing this?
It's amazing. I mean, all I ever want to do is talk ball, and now we get the chance to do it on a regular basis for the world to see. So, super pumped and glad to be back.
Yes. As Joey said, it's been 10 months. I believe April was the last time we posted. Yeah, apologies on that. We did not intend on it being that long. But like Joey said, just about everything had to fall apart the last, half a year, but we're figuring it out now, I guess. So Sam Darnold's going to play in the Super Bowl, huh?
Wow.
Shock.
Yeah.
But 10 months ago, would not have thought that.
Connor, what would your immediate reaction have been if I'd told you at the start of the 2024 season, so last year, that at the 2026 Super Bowl it would be Sam Darnold versus Drake May?
I thought if it was Sam Darnold, he'd be a backup quarterback right now in the Super Bowl, and the starter got hurt or something in the chip. So
yeah,
Drake May, but he's good, but just young. It's crazy year.
Yeah, we'll get to Drake May, I'm sure, plenty. But Quinn, how does it feel to know that out of Sam Darnold's quarterback class, where it was him, Allen, Mayfield, Lamar, Josh Rosen. That Sam Darnold was the first to make a Super Bowl out of the group of them?
I mean, Colin Cowherd knew it all along, but yeah, I mean, if you told me that when they got drafted, okay, maybe whatever. But yeah, I mean, after 3 years, no way. I guess that's just what the Jets does to a man, and you've seen in the years since the recovery.
Panthers,
yeah. Even the Panthers, it was better than the Jets, but yeah, the years of recovery since then, just the steady growth from being a backup in San Fran and then the Vikings and this. Good for him.
Yeah, Joey, same couple of questions to you. What's been it like for you to see as someone of a fan of a team that took a quarterback in that draft class? Have it not gone well to see somebody else that went after him have it turn around eventually?
Is it an absolute heartbreaker that my Cleveland Browns made the playoffs with Baker Mayfield and decided to give him up for maybe my least favorite person on planet Earth? Yes, that definitely stings a little bit. But at the same time, Topher, I'm not that upset about it. You know why? Because I don't expect anything from the Cleveland Browns. I don't have any expectations. I don't have any feelings or anything. I just kind of sit there and I'm like, okay, we're gonna suck again this year. I had hope and dreams once upon a time, but that's just not a thing anymore. So it feels right. It feels like it feels like all four of the other first rounders there should have made a Super Bowl by now, except us with Baker. So the fact that it's only one and it's been this long, I'll take my win where I can get it.
Yeah, we can circle back to the rest of the quarterbacks in that class and the way their seasons have ended, whatnot. But let's stick around with the Super Bowl a little bit. Quinn, what I know Connor's thoughts on, the Patriots and their schedule and stuff like that. Quinn, what's been your like feel with them like as this season's gone along, stuff like that?
I think it went from. I think it was a cool story all along, and it still is. But yeah, I just think I think it doesn't feel right almost in a way that like Mahomes has dominated for however many years now, like whatever 6 or so, and you would have thought that one of the people to break through over him would have been Lamar or Allen, and for it to be Sam Darnold, and I'm like, sorry, Drake May in his second year, I just didn't see it coming, and I don't know that it feels right just because the whole strength of schedule thing that they didn't have to play the Bo Nix Broncos. Not to like really take away from them, but it was not what I anticipated.
Yeah. Connor, you can go ahead on your little spiel about the Patriots' schedule. If you
I
want.
think Drake May is a good quarterback, and I think he will be a great quarterback. He's really good. I think the Patriots have done a great job building that defense up, built the offensive line, drafting Will Campbell in the first round last year. I just think it's too early. They literally played the weakest schedule, which is fine. I was like, okay, playoffs, maybe they'll play somebody. And then I realized the AFCs are all the teams I thought were pretty much frauds this year because they played the Texans with no offense. They played the Chargers with no tackles and no really offense. Then they played, okay, you get a first hit at the Broncos, who I think are also frauds, but then they don't have Bo Nix. So now you get to score 10 points. Drake May throws for under 100 yards and you make the Super Bowl. I just think that in a few years, the Patriots could for sure be back because I think Drake May is going to be really good. I just think it's too early, too soon. The pressure is going to get to them and the whole Patriots organization, and the Seahawks will win.
Joey, what do you think about this Super Bowl matchup between the two of them?
I'd like to ask you guys a question real quick to start. Of the teams that the Patriots played this year in the regular season, how many of them did not fire their head coach or not get rid of their head coach?
That they played or beat?
Played.
My guess is 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think well, I mean, they had 2 in-division head coaches get fired.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's probably 4.
My guess would be around there too.
3.
The answer is
3.
Because what? Yeah. It's Glenn, Kellen Moore.
It's Glenn, it's Kellen Moore, and I'm blanking on the third, but like
Dave Canales.
Dave Canales. Yeah. That was who it was. So like it's like,
wait, they played the Buccaneers.
I swear it was 3.
No. Okay, you're lying
sorry.
Now.
4.
You're pushing narratives.
4. My bad. But okay, but we're kind of Aaron Glenn as one of those who coached one of the worst teams in
He didn't get fired
miraculously. But regardless, the point is the Patriots had such a cupcake schedule getting to this point. However, I will say this. Saying that it's too early for them to be in the Super Bowl, they shouldn't be in the Super Bowl, they don't deserve to be in the Super Bowl, it doesn't feel right. That's just not a good take. Just because of the fact that I feel if you're in the Super Bowl, however the season went, you played good enough to get to the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter what happened that season, doesn't matter who you faced, doesn't matter what you did. You had to get there the same way every other team could have gotten there. And the Patriots have won multiple playoff games now and are in the Super Bowl. Are they going to get the brakes beaten off of them by the Seahawks? Probably. But they are in the Super Bowl. I feel like they deserve to be in the Super Bowl.
It was 5, by the way, so you weren't even close. They played the Bengals this year. They played the Jets. They played the Buccaneers. And then the Saints and Panthers. But the schedule thing, I think, is so like blown out of proportion because like playoffs, like yes, but like regular season, I think context matters as to why they played such like a bad schedule. Like if this were, us talking about how Ohio State plays cupcakes weeks 2 and 3, where they get to choose whoever they play, it's like, yeah, but like they came in last year and they like you play a last place schedule. Then they were the second best team in the AFC. So of course they played the worst playoff team after that, right?
Mhm.
No?
Yeah, it's how it should be. I feel like saying that they're not deserving or it's too soon just doesn't take into account the fact that they played the hand they were dealt and they played it really, really well. They won 14 games this year. I mean, I think the Patriots are where they should be and where they deserve to be. It just so happens that it's a down year for the AFC, and so they're probably going to get swallowed up by the Seahawks in the Super Bowl here.
Okay, Connor, I know you think that already, and we have the text to prove it. But Quinn, what do you think that this score is going to look like at the end of the day?
I think the Seahawks are going to win. I don't know if it's going to be like ugly, but they're going to control the game. The defense is going to get them like a big break, a big play, and then the way Walker's been running the ball, the way they've been moving, like I just don't think the Patriots have the firepower to keep up with them essentially on either side of the ball. Like that defense is so good.
Which one? The Patriots? The one that has
the
one that's allowed 2 touchdowns all playoffs? We're just going to ignore that? They're still playing NFL teams.
All right. Jared Stidham,
CJ No, because all we heard all week was how Stiddy was going to be. He's going to pull it off. Like Stiddy's, Sean Payton believes in him. Like there's no drop off between him and Bo Nix. And then that defense went out and beat the brakes off them for 60 minutes.
Who the heck are you listening if you think people are saying Jared Stidham or
you guys
Sean Payton said it.
Sean Payton said it. The
exactly. His coach. And the game was played in a freaking weather storm, so it's not like it was some amazing feat to keep.
So when their offense, so Drake May plays like crud when but they get a pass on offense because the weather was bad.
I didn't say anything about that, but I'm
putting words in your mouth.
The Seahawks have at bottom top 2 defense, and we saw what they did to the Niners in that game, and they're just really, really good.
We saw what the Rams did to them.
The Rams have been the best offense in the league for the first 13 weeks.
The Patriots are the second best offense in the league in the regular season, I believe.
According to
if you get the playoff stats, they're averaging the least amount of points per game that a team has made the Super Bowl.
Yes, but once again, that does not fit my narrative. Low. So I don't know how we just ignore Sam Darnold. We're now total. We believe in him in the high pressure situations.
Yes. I don't believe in him, but he's proved me wrong.
We've just ignored that now. This is gonna be the best defense he's played all year, and now we're just willy-nilly.
Sam Darnold. Last year was his first real year starting in forever, and he had a little downward trend towards the end of the year there. But I don't think there's gonna be anything about him not being a clutch performer or him not being able to perform in big situations. They've gotten to the Super Bowl now.
We're going to say that we're giving maybe one of the best offensive minds of this generation 2 weeks to prepare for this defense, and then Mike Vrabel, and they're not going to have a plan to have something going.
I think Mike McDonald is one of the best defensive minds of this generation.
Sure, but
and Clint Kubiak is on the way up to go one of the best offensive minds.
No. We're putting Clint Kubiak. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that, Connor. You don't believe that.
You have no idea
Tom
who Clint
does.
Kubiak is. Clint Kubiak is elite.
I grew up on the Kubiak family. Don't get me started about the Kubiaks.
We can get started on the Kubiak family because I will tell you just how good the Kubiak family is. Clint Kubiak had that Saints offense humming. He had the Saints offense humming before their inevitable lack of talent took over. They were the best team in the league last year for the first 3 weeks.
It was 2 weeks.
Whatever.
We said on this very podcast, we talked about 2-0 teams and which one we thought would fail, and I think that was what both the ones we said wasn't going to work
because they had no talent, not because they didn't have good coaching.
I just think it's crazy that the Patriots went from being they're pretty sneaky and good, and now they're overrated all of a sudden. We're talking about Drake May, he might not win MVP. He might. I don't know how each of you feel about the MVP conversation. We can so you three all think the Seahawks are going to win?
Yes.
Okay, who's your? I'm picking the Patriots. Who's your guys' pick for Super Bowl MVP?
Topher, it's a bold pick. I will say this. But
Jackson Smith and
Yeah.
Jigba. Jackson.
it's Jackson Smith and Jigba around here.
Oh, that's a
because
bold pick.
of
That's
that,
a bold
a
pick.
wide receiver,
That's crazy.
a wide receiver winning
That's
final.
crazy.
A
No,
wide receiver
no,
winning Super Bowl
that's
MVP is a bold pick.
ridiculous.
No.
He's,
And listen,
he's
to
probably the
this.
second favorite player on the Seahawks to win.
Okay, but a wide receiver winning Super Bowl MVP is absolutely
That's
preposterous.
ridiculous.
That just
No,
does
no,
not
no.
happen.
Like 3 years ago, Cooper Kupp did it, and Edelman did it like 2 years before that.
Yeah, like
No.
that's ridiculous.
I need a chance to talk here.
Invalid.
So Jackson Smith and Jigba, right? If he is going to perform, if he is going to be having a Super Bowl MVP caliber of night, that means that the majority of the success Sam Darnold is having throwing the pigskin around is going to Jackson Smith and
We've
Jigba.
seen that not be the case. I don't get how it's a bold pick when you pick maybe the best player on the field to win Super Bowl MVP.
Because he's entirely reliant on another player for him to win Super Bowl MVP.
Excuse me.
If Sam Darnold puts up an absolute howler of a night, an absolute stinker, like you just said, he could be capable of, then there's no shot JSN wins Super Bowl MVP. Because if the Seahawks win that game and Sam Darnold doesn't do jack squat, it's going to someone on the defense or it's going to Kenneth Walker. It's not going.
You're pushing an
Jackson
Ohio
Jigba.
State narrative, and I won't stand for it. Connor, who's your pick for Super Bowl MVP?
I'm gonna be honest. My pick was also going to be JSN.
Okay,
but I don't think it's
gonna be a bold
unrealistic.
pick?
No. Or maybe we should go with the guy who won Super Bowl MVP a few years ago, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. He could.
No, kidding.
Quinn,
He's
who do
14.
you
He's
think
not
it's going to
winning.
be?
I think it's going to be whoever plays the best on the defense. I'm going to say it's DeMarcus Tank Lawrence. He's going. I mean, those Patriots tackles, they've looked shaky at times, although I guess they played well against the Broncos last week, but I don't know. I think he'll exploit them and get like 2 sacks and a strip, and then there'll be no doubt.
I'm picking Milton Williams on the Patriots defense. That's my Super Bowl MVP pick.
Not going with Drake May?
I just think Milton Williams is a monster, and I don't know. I
He
think
has
the
Super Bowl
Patriots.
DNA.
He's done. He's maybe the only player on. Oh no, Cooper Kupp. We said has been there, but like that might be it. Who else on the Patriots would have been to the Super Bowl? Is Moses? Who's their right tackle?
Morgan Moses. I think he's been in New England. I don't think he's been to the Super Bowl. Like I think he's been there, but not since the.
Yeah.
Because like I can't. Nobody on the defense would have, except their other corner might have.
No, Morgan Moses. I was wrong. It is his first year in New England, but he was on the Commanders and then the Jets and the Ravens. So no Super Bowls there.
So no Super Bowls there. Okay, but all in all, I'm pretty excited for the Super Bowl. I don't know how you guys feel.
Apparently Mac Hollins made it with the Eagles in 2017 or 2017.
Was he actually?
Yeah.
Okay.
So was Austin Hooper with the Falcons.
I'm changing my pick. Matt Collins. Oh wait,
And
no, they got a
Christian
Falcon.
Ellis.
Oh
Yeah.
I'm concerned. They got Falcon on their team.
Yeah, the 2016 Falcon.
Ruh-roh.
I'm excited for this one though, because I'm like I feel fine with either team winning.
Yeah, it's a nice change from having the Chiefs in the Super Bowl every year and having to root against them, or having the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and if it's not the Chiefs, you have to root against them. It's a nice change of pace having 2 teams that go, okay, yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
Both sides are likable. Both quarterbacks are everyone loves. Both head coaches are great.
I mean, I think this also has a broader reach and means more than just football for this, because obviously this is the coffee bowl, right? Because you got Dunkin' for Boston and you got Starbucks for Seattle. I mean, there's a lot more at stake here than just winning the Super Bowl. On top of that, do we want Barber's team to win a Super Bowl, or do we want one of Craig's 15 teams to win a Super Bowl? Like, we gotta decide here. Shout out Craig, by the way.
I can't wait to claim New England if they win.
I told you I went to Maine one time. I've been a diehard New England fan ever since, man. And my dad lived in New Jersey for a little bit, so I of course I'm
close
a
enough. It has new in it. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Have you guys ever had chai? I had a chai latte today. Speaking of coffee, I thought
I have
it was
not really.
it was
It's
cheese.
pretty good.
It was a cheesecake chai latte.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty fire. It was at a place down there. It was at whatchamacallit. The one by the beach, Joe. That
Oh,
beach,
Collectivo.
Collectivo. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty fire.
Yeah.
Wait, real quick. Do you guys think the Seahawks are using the last Super Bowl as motivation? Even though
Way
it was
too
11
long
years
ago.
ago.
They should use every Super Bowl ever.
I know,
as
but like I'm
motivation.
curious. That's why I'm saying is Mike McDonald like
Ma-
you got to do it for like the fans or something? Or
Maybe
no?
if this were in like 2018 or something
Yeah.
like, and it was like just like a couple of years. But I mean,
No, I
there's
know.
literally nothing similar about either.
Yeah,
side.
no.
But it's like,
Wow, Josh McDaniels.
yeah, he's
all right.
back. Like,
All right.
I get what you're saying though. Speaking of former New England head coaches, Bill Belichick was recently in the headlines again. Joey, what were your thoughts on seeing he wasn't picked for the Hall of Fame as a first ballot?
Topher, when you are undoubtedly the most successful at whatever you're doing, right? It shouldn't matter if there was a couple hiccups along the road, a couple little scandals, right? If you are undoubtedly the best at what you have done, you have shown that, and you have shown that you can do that without the little cheating scandals. How are you not first ballot? Like, the fact that Bill Belichick, who has won as much as he has, he can't fit any more Super Bowl rings on his fingers. He has 8. And I'm not counting thumbs. You can't fit a Super Bowl ring on your thumb. But he has 8 Super Bowl rings. It fills up all of his fingers. And you're going to tell me that is a guy who is not a first ballot Hall of Famer? It's preposterous. Honestly,
He's saving the thumbs for UNC national champions.
And he's never going to get them either. That's the sad thing. He's never going to get those.
Connor, what did you think when you saw that?
I feel like Joey wrapped it up pretty
Yeah.
clearly. He one of the best coaches of this ever in the sports, should be a Hall of Famer.
Quinn?
Yeah, I don't even know what we can say because like there's not any argument against it, and we have no reasoning like why these guys didn't vote for him either. So it's just confusing. Unless it's like
petty old.
It's political.
Yeah. And it's whatever. The whole like maybe they need clicks for their columns that they're gonna write about why they didn't vote for him or whatever. And I don't know, but it's ridiculous. It's not even a story because it's like, why is this like a thing?
I was talking about it with my dad the other night. If the intention was truly to send a message of like, hey, because of it was Spygate and Deflategate, those were the two big things that they were putting on him. We're not going to let him be a first ballot. If you really want to stand on it, don't vote for him at all. Don't let him in ever. Like,
Yeah.
Last time I checked, under their bust in Canton, Ohio, it doesn't say. Does it say whether you got in on your first or second ballot?
No.
Does it
I don't think
really
so.
matter in the grand scheme? If he's just going to be let in next year, like,
Yeah.
just
Pettiness.
how does it? It doesn't make any sense. And I have an issue with now. I have an issue with the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but I always had an issue with baseball, where it's like, you mean one person in the history of the sport's been inducted unanimously ever? Like, and we just never hear reasoning for why people didn't vote. Like, it's all I could go on about the Baseball Hall of Fame for a while, but all in all, it's just if you really care that much about those two things, don't let him in at all.
I mean, if Belichick is not Belichick's not in the first time now, I think this just shows that votes should be public because darn well. Am I allowed to swear on this? Can we cuss now on this?
We said no. I'd prefer not.
Rats.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
once we start
y'all
making
know-
money, then I'll cut you loose.
all right. Well, if voters' votes were public and people could see who each voter voted for, there is not a chance Bill Belichick would not have been in first ballot. Not a single chance. And if if who you're voting for would change if it was public or private, then
You
you're not
probably
voting
shouldn't
for
have
the
a
right
vote.
people. You probably shouldn't have a vote. You should be voting for the best people who deserve the Hall of Fame each time. I understand the scandals come into play, but even when you take those out and you take whatever seasons were associated with those scandals out, Bill Belichick is still a first ballot Hall of Famer, and it's not close. That is all.
Sure. We can circle back to a little more of Sam Darnold's former team. The Minnesota Vikings recently made headlines where they fired their GM, which means I'm currently 1 for 2 on that. As I said, 9 would get a head coach and GM fired within his first 3 years. I believe it was on draft night or something like that.
Yeah.
Connor, as a fan of an in-division team, what did you think of that happening?
Since I don't know everything what goes on with the Vikings, but I think it's fine. I mean, they've just been good a lot and never like great. And something to change. I mean, first of all, he drafted McCarthy. It's not looking well so far, but also it was only his first year starting. He has time to turn it around, but I thought it was fine. You could find someone else.
Quinn, what do you think led to the firing of him?
Yeah, so I have a few thoughts on this. I think there had to have been like discussions recently, and I think that like there has to have been a difference of opinion between Kwesi and I guess like the entire rest of the organization about where they were going. Because it doesn't make sense to me that they fired him
The timing
2 days ago. Yeah, like if you really wanted to move on after the past season, okay, why didn't you do that at the end of the season? So that's a little confusing. I think, yeah, like I know Vikings fans and reporters or whatever, like they don't love his draft record. And I think they have 11
It's
picks
been
in this
bad.
upcoming draft. So it's kind of like, do you really want to nail this? And I know he spent a lot of in free agency too in this past offseason leading into this year. And obviously they took a big step back, mostly because of the quarterback. I mean, that kind of goes without saying, but the rest of the roster also kind of had some things lacking. It's a little confusing. Another thing I read was that supposedly O'Connell didn't really want McCarthy. He wanted Darnold, but I know that was a report that came out after the firing. So that makes me think maybe it's just kind of a scapegoat and they just needed to get somebody out. And it's like, yeah, so that makes it, again, a little fishier. I think it makes sense to have fired him. The timing is confusing, and I just don't think we really know, like, what all went down behind the scenes. I wouldn't be surprised if something more comes out later about how, like, something happened the past few weeks that they had to split. Like, there was a complete chasm of direction, but it's interesting.
Joey, should I even ask you about this? I feel like
Why is that?
You're just gonna launch something about 9.
You know, Topher, you should absolutely ask him about this because the fact that JJ McCarthy's sorry butt has been allowed to start NFL football games just based on the fact that he was carried by a cheating team in college for years is absolutely absurd. It's absolutely absurd, Topher. I think the GM should have rightfully been fired for even thinking that drafting 9 was going to get them anywhere. He should have absolutely been fired for thinking that 9 should be the starting quarterback over Sam Darnold, who was in the building last year. Daniel Jones was in the building last year. And the fact that this general manager thought that 9 had any sort of competency to him, it's absurd. So, yeah, great move firing him. He should have been gone.
Yeah, my thoughts on the Vikings is that they overperformed last year, like largely. Obviously, they won 14 games last year, and like I don't know how you guys felt about JJ, but like he was always more of a project than I think people wanted to admit because he had success in college. But like I'm not surprised they weren't very good this year. Like they were bound to struggle at a point. And like obviously the decision to not keep Sam Darnold looks like exponentially worse because they went on to win, but like you kind of had to let him play, right? Unless you were going to trade him.
Right.
JJ McCarthy play?
Yeah. He didn't play good, but like you had you had to let him play. Yeah, you took him with the 9th overall pick.
I think we and they took Sam Darnold for granted a little. just what happened last year. Like I think we kind of assumed it was, this is what O'Connell can do with any quarterback. Like he fixed Darnold, he can do this, he can do this, and I think we just assumed there was going to be a floor with McCarthy, which was a little like audacious of an expectation, but also like it made enough sense, and I think it was still a respectable bet. I know Joey doesn't think that about McCarthy, but I think it's still a respectable bet because if you can get even average play out of McCarthy on a rookie deal, like they would look really good right now and really smart, but that's not what happened, and Sam Darnold's in the Super Bowl, so here we are. The GM got fired.
Connor, do you think week 1 of this year that obviously there's been like rumors speculating? I think the name that's been linked is like Joe Burrow, and whether that's just fans, drumming that up. But like, do you think JJ McCarthy is the starting quarterback for the Vikings week 1 this year?
Yeah, I think he's got it. I don't know what other options they have. Joe Burrow is definitely not happening. That's just don't know why it's getting thrown out
I think
there.
there was a trade package that would have been like JJ, Jordan Addison, and then like 3 firsts.
Yeah, that's not happening. I think if it would be another quarterback, which I don't think it would be, I think the best bet would be Kyler, because I'm pretty sure Arizona wants him done with, and Kyler's proven he's been at least decent in the past. But I think it's got to be JJ at this point. Just give him one more year. I mean, yeah, I don't think he's good, but you never know. Like you've seen quarterbacks take big leaps year 3. He's been hurt. He was hurt a lot last year too. And Kevin O'Connell's a great coach, one of the best coaches in the league. I think you just got to give him one more year, and then if he's not good, you have your answer and move on.
Joey, if the 2024 draft was done again today, and of the 6 quarterbacks that were taken in that first round, what order do you think they go in this time?
Today.
Yeah.
All right. So the quarterbacks I'm choosing from are Caleb Williams, Drake May, Bo Nix, Michael Penix, JJ McCarthy,
and Jane Daniels.
And Jane Daniels. I think right now it would be. I think Drake May would go first. I mean, he's put up an NFL MVP caliber season now. I think you can't argue with that. But Caleb would be a very close second, just because I feel like Caleb as a prospect was clearly the number 1 in that class. And I think we have seen enough from Caleb where you can make that a little bit of conversation. And so I think Caleb at 2 would make a lot of sense. But if you told me Caleb went 1, Drake May went 2, I'd believe it. Jane Daniels 3, Bo Nix 4, and then huge drop off. I think 9 goes number 5, and I think Penix goes last.
Yeah. Quinn, your thoughts?
I think that's pretty good. I would put Caleb over May. I just think the special things that he's done are undeniable. Who knows? We'll see. I think we'll get a better picture of that in a couple of years. Maybe I'm a homer.
Yeah.
But obviously, like I'm not gonna say that May should have gone. But then Caleb May, Daniels, Bo Nix 4th, and then I mean JJ, Penix. I don't know. I mean 6 of 1 kind of.
Connor.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. I think you can argue either Caleb or May 1. I'm a Bears fan, so I might homer and have Caleb 1 just because more talented. He's clutch. But I also think like there is a world last year talking about how Jane Daniels would go to 1. So I think Jane Daniels is right also in the mix of being 1, 2, 3, unless he just has a weird, strange fall off after being amazing as a rookie. I think he's like, it's close. Those 3 are going to be the face of the league in a few years. And then I think then there's a solid drop off to Bo Nix, who's like, can win you games if he has a good team around him. I don't think he's anything special. Maybe he's like a Jared Goff type of player. He can win you games, won't be the reason why you win. And then I think JJ's probably a better bet because I think he's probably a little more talented than Penix, but it's just...
And just younger.
And
less injury.
Who cares? Yeah.
Yeah.
Matters to an extent.
That's the biggest thing with Jaden is his health, I think.
Yeah.
Like if he stays healthy, then he's in that conversation. But he like really wasn't. Like it was multiple injuries this year. It's like
that is exactly why I kept him.
He played again. I don't get it. I don't know why he played that. I don't know why he came back.
Makes sense.
It made
I
no
get
sense.
it because as like a competitor, you're just like, I want to go out and play.
Oh my
Because like
gosh,
there have been
he's
times
done,
like I remember
immediately.
I don't think it's smart, but like I get how like if you're an NFL player, you're competitive, you just want to get out there and play.
Their
Like
season
you don't
was
care your
essentially
season's
over
over.
by the time.
You just want to get out and play though. It's just if you're healthy enough to play, some players, I'm competitive. I want to win. I want to suit up. Show my teammates that I care. Like I still want to win, even though we're out of the
Yeah.
playoff.
So
I think it was smart, but I
so
get
then
why
it's
he
okay
did
to
it.
play hurt, but Tyrese Halliburton maybe shouldn't have come back.
He had a calf sprain.
Maybe our biggest fight on Twitter ever happened since was
Maybe.
over that.
Are you
But,
saying Tyrese Halliburton shouldn't have played Game 7 of the NBA Finals?
It's
You're-
same with
yeah, we don't need to get into it. We don't
same
need
reason
to
why
get into
Damian
it.
Lillard
No.
shouldn't have played.
We don't need to get into it. You can go find the tweets, Jones. See Connor and I go back and forth for a while on that one.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
Connor.
with those quarterbacks, I would agree. I think it's clearly in tiers where it's the first three, and then Bo Nix I think is closer than I thought he was. I mean that divisional game, he was kind of slinging it.
Yeah.
Right? Like he made just about every throw.
Bo Nix has progressed pretty well this year. I think that after his rookie year, when you sat there thinking about Bo Nix, you're like, game manager, that's it. Like there's no other, he's not a game changer whatsoever. I'd still say he's more of a game manager, don't get me wrong, but I think you can see
Cam
a
Newton
world
terms now?
you can see a world in which Bo Nix develops into a game changer. That is something that you can see happening, which the other three quarterbacks we named before him, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jane Daniels, those are all game-changing quarterbacks. Bo Nix is a game manager.
According to Cam Newton.
Well, Cam Newton's also not often right these days.
Yeah, I once again, I don't know how much Bo Nix playing like changes the outcome of the game that they played, because like maybe he scores just one more touchdown and that winds up being enough, because obviously nothing happened the last 20 minutes of the game. But we'll see on that part. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that divisional game? Because we can get into more some of like the quarterback conversations, but I feel like the two that like deserve to be talked about right now are probably Josh Allen and Matt Stafford, right? So what did you guys think of the firing of McDermott?
I thought it was fine. I think it was good to have a change of scenery. The firing part, don't get me started with the hiring process, but I think the firing part made sense of like, you just need to change the scenery, get someone new into the building, keyword new into the building, but that's all I'll say for now.
Yeah. Has some thoughts? Yeah.
I mean, I think if the Bills had been able to go out and get one of the candidates that they wanted externally, then we wouldn't be sitting here talking about what a disaster it was firing Sean McDermott. But because of the direction the Bills are heading, because of the leadership at the top, and because of how they envision this team going forward, they weren't able to get anyone from outside the building to come in and want to be the head coach of the Buffalo Bills. So I think the fact that they didn't land, like Connor said, anyone from outside the building, get just a fresh face in there, makes it a huge failure. And frankly, I don't think Sean McDermott really should have been fired in the first place, but I can see at least the reasoning behind that. It did turn into it's a disaster now, though, because Joe Brady getting promoted from OC when Bills fans were talking about how much they hated Joe Brady all year long, that it couldn't have gone much worse for them.
Quinn?
Yeah, so this reminds me a little bit. This just popped in my head. Last year, the Cowboys fired Mike McCarthy and promoted their OC, and I think it's kind of just like we want change for the sake of change, but we don't really want change. And I guess it kind of worked out for the Cowboys. They didn't really get better. They didn't get worse necessarily, but I think that was kind of the thought was, oh, well, McDermott's lost in the playoffs too many times, so we need a new guy. But this coaching cycle didn't really seem to have that guy, number one. Number two, I think like their thought process too was, now that we had a defensive coach, we need to have an offensive coach, which I don't think was necessarily methodology they should have taken to it. They could have gotten a great defensive coach, improved the defense, and still had a really good offense because they have Josh Allen. And then, yeah, that press conference too with Terry Pagula and how they blamed the Keon Coleman pick on the coaching staff, but then promoted the offensive coordinator from the time of that. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. The only thing Terry Pagula's ever accomplished is having a daughter that's a pretty good tennis player. It just makes no sense. Like, there's just no logic to it, and they're not gonna like improve.
I said to Quinn, I was like, there must be some sort of relationship between the GM and the owner that's a little suspicious because they I mean, the some of the comments out of the owner made after the game was like, oh, we fired him based on this game and like the outcome of this game. But we also lost this game because of a bad call. So it was really the ref's fault, but it was also our head coach's fault. And we hate Keon Coleman. He's
still on the team.
he's still, and Josh Allen had to be the one to, be like, he's going to be on this team and I got his back. And as he should have, Mr. Buffalo, build a statue now while he's still playing. But and we can get more into I just think there were narratives pushed about Josh Allen that were ridiculous. It's like, oh, I can't. This is literally the one time he hasn't done it. Yeah, he's. I don't know if you guys have seen. He has the best stats of any quarterback in NFL history in the playoffs. He's first in everything.
Yeah, defense always lets him down, except for this once.
This one time he just plays bad. He played bad once and they lost, and the city of Buffalo burned for it.
And talking about the Joe Brady stuff, they ran the ball in first on every time and they wouldn't get any yards. And it was okay, switch it up here. They threw the pick, I'm pretty sure it was 2nd and 10 because their run play went for 0 yards. If anything, the GM should be fired, but that's a whole nother discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't want Keon Coleman. But those clips of him after at Hard Knocks or whatever those came out of being that might help us when Keon draft time to be able to get him. Sure sounds like a guy that doesn't really want him 2 months or however long in advance of the draft.
He tried to take ownership in that press conference. He tried to say I did it, and the owner said no, it wasn't you. What are we doing?
Like you said, Quinn, the smear campaign, it had to be launched.
No, it's the GM and the owner being so close like that, and the owner making sure the GM takes no blame for Keon Coleman or for anything like that personnel wise is a great lesson, folks, on making sure your boss likes you. That's all that matters at the end of the day in corporate and these jobs. If your boss likes you, you can do no wrong. Remember that.
Where do the Rams go from here?
Run it back.
Yeah,
it's just a run it back situation. I
mean, obviously you have 2 first-round draft picks. Just keep improving the roster as best as you can. But it's not if you simulate the Seahawks-Rams game 100 times, they probably win. I think half of them, maybe a little less than half. But your roster is amazing. McVay's great, Stafford's great. You have weapons. Your defense was looking your defense is good enough.
It kind of fell off a cliff down this stretch, I think.
Yeah.
It was bad, week 12 or something. And my boy Bryce Young lit him up a little bit, so a couple of times.
Yeah. But you have 2 first-round draft picks. You can draft people. I don't know what their cap space looks like, but I think they can run back a similar team and be successful and have a chance at the Super Bowl again next year.
Joey, do you think they use one of their first-round picks on a quarterback?
I don't think they use one of their first-round picks on the quarterback. I think by then, when they know that Stafford is returning or isn't returning, that's obviously going to determine the direction they go as a franchise. But if Stafford's coming back in a draft class this week at the quarterback position, I mean, you got one guy who should be anywhere near starting who's anywhere near a starting quarterback week 1 next year. That's Fernando Mendoza. He's going to be a starter for the Raiders week 1. But outside of that, there's not a single guy in this draft class I think should be sniffing the field anytime early next season. Not a single guy.
Depends on your evaluation of Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson's just not all.
But is he also he wouldn't have to play for a year or 2? I'm not saying they should.
I don't think the Rams are going to waste a first-round pick that could be a difference maker at a different spot they need this year on a quarterback that would be a reach. It'd be a reach to take any
Agreed.
quarterback besides Fernando Mendoza in the first round. And the Rams, with their title window right now, know they need someone to make an instant impact. So they're going to go take a guy who's an instant impact guy, not a guy like Ty Simpson, like Clay Kubnick, like Drew Aller, who is a
I still believe.
project at best.
I still believe.
I think make the argument of drafting like one of those quarterbacks in like the 4th round if you want to.
Yeah.
But like
that's what
anything,
I was more talking about a first round quarterback.
I think day 1 or day 2 you should try to just improve that roster more if Stafford's coming back. But
it would be Simpson, yeah.
Simpson's
is Simpson even a first rounder though? Like, what if
No.
they find him in the second?
I think he will.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on who wants him or needs
Somebody's
him or
gonna do
whatever.
it.
Again, yeah, I don't know. I think you might be right. I think Tyler Shuck looking solid. Someone's gonna want to do the same thing. Where like, let's take a flyer on this guy. We'll see. But I agree. I think the Rams. Well, I mean, Aller's a project, but he has the arm. Maybe Nussmeier. Like, I think I could see the Rams taking one of those guys.
Chambliss. We'll find out.
Trinidad Chambliss.
I've never seen anything like that Georgia game. I've never seen anything.
He was making magic.
I think Trinidad Chambliss will turn out in the NFL.
I don't even know why he's trying to go back to college. Like, dude, like ride this wave straight to a first round pick. Like someone's nuts enough to take it.
Yeah.
We read like the pre-draft. Like it all feels like stuff you can figure out if you get them in a good. Maybe that's what the Rams do.
If they're gonna,
that would be late enough. I think
he's not going in the first round though.
No way. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Probably not going in the second or third. Maybe third. We'll see. I guess.
We'll see if he gets enough of a bump. But I mean, he's still trying to go back to college. I think. MVP conversation, because obviously we've now talked about Stafford a little bit. We talked about May. Connor, who do you think should be the NFL MVP this year?
I'll say Stafford, but I'm biased. I just love Stafford, but I'll say Stafford. But it's close.
Yeah, Joey.
I think it should be Stafford. I think that what he did this year with the Rams and with that offense and the numbers he put up warrants being the MVP. I know there's the whole case like, oh, well, he didn't win the division, blah, blah, blah. No. Stafford
he didn't win the division. That's like not like a
narrative
that's being pushed.
Well, I'm not saying no to that. I'm saying you can't win MVP without winning the division. Talk that people have had, that's like the big knock on him. But I think with how good that division was this year, where there was 3 teams that were all right there in the conversation, I think that Stafford deserves it regardless of winning the division or not there.
Sorry, I'm looking up to see how many MVPs didn't win their division. But Quinn, what do you think?
I think it's May. I think that they, not that they didn't win the division, but that they let it slip even further than just like not winning the division by like a game. Like that Falcons loss pretty much eliminated them like before the final week of the season. It was not a great game. He was firmly in the driver's seat until then. I believe that, but after that, I think it was just May's. And that's good and all. I wouldn't put May up there in the upper echelon of MVPs either. Like it was just a good season where nobody else really took it. He was good.
Great. He played at an MVP level for the rest of the league.
Yeah, that's true.
They had a big turnaround. They were second, in the AFC. Yeah. Like he was he was the reason they won all those games, like for the most part. There have been 4 instances of non-division winning MVPs. It was Johnny Unitas in 1967, O.J. Simpson in 1973, Peyton Manning in 2008, and Steve McNair was co-MVP with Peyton Manning in 2003, I believe it was.
Air McNair.
I think it should be Drake May, and I'm not. I don't think any of you guys have said this, but I think the take that Stafford should win because May, like if your large determining factor in why Stafford should win over Drake May is because in theory Drake May will have more opportunities to win. I think that's a lame take.
I agree.
I
Agreed.
agree.
Like
I agree.
You can't take if the guy deserves to win MVP, he should win it and not be like, oh, like he's got all these years and Stafford's like at the end, like that shouldn't be the determining factor in it, Joe.
Yeah, we need someone to disagree here. We need to clip farm a little bit. Connor,
Okay.
Quinn,
I got some.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys might agree on this, but even if Drake May wins MVP, I think we can all agree that you'd rather have Stafford on your team, quarterbacking your team for this year.
Probably, but like the MVP isn't always like indicative of
Yeah,
that.
because obviously that's
Yeah.
the case. You'd rather have Josh Allen on your team this year, or Lamar, if it was just
Patrick
based off of
Mahomes
that.
all those
Patrick
years,
Mahomes.
everyone
Yeah.
else won MVP instead.
Yeah, you'd rather have those
LeBron.
three.
This is going to
that-
become a LeBron conversation.
But-
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
So
But-
it's Drake May LeBron then. What's the thing about this?
That's why Topher loves him.
I mean, that's yeah.
Throw
I
the
mean,
LeBron jersey on.
Like what Topher's saying though about May having other opportunities, it's the same as voter fatigue. Like you can't just say, oh well, he's won it 2 years in a row, so he doesn't really deserve it. If he's the best player, he's the best player. Like that doesn't apply here. But
and I'd always thought like Stafford, because of like the division stuff and because they won, I think it was 2 full less games. I thought he had a better argument for offensive player of the year, and was honestly kind of surprised that he wasn't a finalist for that and Drake May is, because I think that's just determined on who gets the top 5 votes, right?
probably, yeah.
Like it'd be silly to like hand pick who's quote unquote a finalist for that.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. It's just a rookie and there's just like a running back receiver 10 award now.
Yeah, but now we have a quarterback as one of the finalists, and it's not.
Well,
Matt
didn't we last year as well?
Allen wasn't a finalist last year. He finished 6th.
Was Lamar?
Yeah, Lamar was. That's why I said this last year too. I
Right.
thought Lamar had a better chance at winning
Yeah.
offensive. He had a better case for offensive play, because I equate offensive player of the year to be like the Heisman. Like winning really shouldn't matter. I think in the Heisman, like it does, like to an extent, but like I think it's just whoever has the best year should win it. And like
it should be that, but the Heisman
year
is
it
definitely
wasn't.
not that. The Heisman's never Heisman.
Historically, it hasn't been as much winning, and it's been whoever has. How often has the number 1 team in the country had the Heisman?
Pretty often, I feel like. I think the Heisman.
I think
Most
winning should
years
have
is-
nothing to do with.
It should. It should have a
And I
little bit
feel
to do
like
with it. It shouldn't have that much to do with it. But Travis Hunter was.
I mean, last year, who was
its
Dylan
own-
Gabriel wasn't. The how far back do we have to go in Heisman winners to find someone that was at Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow was up there. Devontae Smith the next year.
But I mean, he was a wide receiver, so it's like we're not caring about winning for him.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
that
think,
was definitely because of stats.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
but
Joe.
I'm saying all I'm saying is that typically
Jaden, Caleb, neither of them were like upper echelon. Bryce Young, I think they were.
yeah,
Kyler Murray wasn't. Baker Mayfield wasn't. Lamar wasn't.
Baker Mayfield and
Mayfield
Kyler
made the
Murray
playoffs.
they were both on playoff teams.
Yeah, but they weren't like the number 1 team in the.
Okay,
You're top
if-
4.
If the standard's number 1,
But like winning,
then, yeah.
winning
Either is-
doesn't. I don't think winning had to do with why. If we're just going to give it to the quarterback that won the most those years, then like, I don't think. I'm just pointing out instances where the
Yeah.
number 1 team in the
I
country.
think
No,
both.
I-
I think both matters still.
I
Because
mean,
like if you put up stats, you typically are winning.
Mariota,
the most
they were
part.
good. That Winston,
Yeah,
Mansell,
number 1.
like not.
They were still
Yeah.
up there.
RG3, not.
Up there.
Up there doesn't.
What-
up there
what I'm
is fitting the. That's still proving my point. Where it's like, oh yeah, they were good. Like winning,
I
they
mean-
still had the best stats, and that's
Well,
why they ultimately.
I mean,
won it.
Caleb Williams' USC teams were not up there.
They were like 5th or 6th. They were fringe. I think if they won the.
Jaden Daniels lost like 4 games, 3 or 4 games. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
It's
Jalen
still
Daniels
MVP.
was
That's
not having a great year.
that's proving what I'm saying.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I was not
Okay.
trying to argue what you're saying. I agree with what you're
Okay.
saying. I'm trying to
Yeah.
say, but the Heisman has become an award a lot of years where it's just.
Well, we just
like,
went back
the-
all the time, and there's a bunch of instances of that not being
And
the case.
a lot.
This year
a lot
it was because nobody was really good.
Well, I'm saying that outside of the Travis Hunter, outside of like that little stretch there, that's historically growing up. It was best player on one of the best teams. That's all I was trying to say.
Okay, fair. We can hold off on more NFL talk because like we'll debrief after the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
And we it's a long off season. Obviously, we're jumping in at probably the wrong time to talk about football, but we'll have plenty of time to go over like head coaching hires. There's still one, right? The Cardinals hired their guy today, and the Raiders are probably going to hire Kubiak.
Yeah.
Who did the Cardinals hire?
Mike LaFleur.
So
LaFleur.
Oh, yeah, that was actually good. I like.
Now all four of McVay's offensive coordinators are current head coaches.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it was O'Connell,
Zach
Cohen, Zach Taylor, yep, and now LaFleur.
Oh, both LaFleurs. So that's more than right.
No, I don't think the other LaFleur was his OC.
No,
I think he was in the staff. Maybe you're right.
Was the other LaFleur? I think they were like together at one point. Like
Matt LaFleur was definitely with the Rams, but the Packers hired him from the Titans. Sorry.
Was that actually where he came from?
Yeah. They yeah.
Was he like offensive coordinator for McVay? Or not McVay, of Vrabel?
Yeah.
With like
that sounds right.
Probably?
Yeah, it was when they made the AFC Championship game.
No, that was actually the year before.
Oh, that was Arthur Smith.
They made the AFC Championship game the next year with Arthur Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Joey, we all
they had like a revolving. What'd you say?
I said, Joey, we all in on Arthur Smith.
I don't even. You don't want to open up this can of worms, Toph.
Mariota had a revolving door though of OCs. Some guys, it looks like, maybe not. I know. I remember there being a joke about it that like everybody was leaving. I think maybe it was just Arthur Smith and LaFleur getting out of there.
Oh, okay.
His rookie year was Jason Michael, and the next 2 years it was Terry Robisky. So we don't need to get into that.
We don't need to get over Mariota's revolving door of offensive coordinator. We'll save that one.
That's for a different time.
Connor or Quinn, I think this was more something you guys wanted to talk about. But what were your thoughts on the Australian Open?
The semifinals were sick. Didn't really get to watch much of it because it's at like
2 a.m. right?
2 a.m. Yeah, but I got up at 5 to watch only being in the last set of the final. I thought I'd get to watch the third set as well, but it was just the fourth set. It was, I mean, if everybody knows, Djokovic and Alcaraz beat him in the 3-1 sets, and it was kind of just Djokovic was just tired pretty much the whole fourth set.
Connor, was your 17 more to go tweet meant to be like a dig or something?
It was just 17 more majors till he has the most majors of all time.
I thought that was a dig at Alcaraz, but I was like, isn't he like 23 or something like that?
No, he's 22.
He's 22.
Alcaraz is my favorite current player. I love Alcaraz.
Okay,
I'm an Alcaraz
I wasn't sure
fanboy.
if you were a big Djokovic guy. And that was
I'm a Djokovic
like a
hater.
dig at him. I was like, he's 20. He's 22, 20. He hasn't been alive for 17.
It was the exact opposite of that. It was like okay like we're keep rattling them off.
Okay, Quinn, did you have any thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, I was thoroughly impressed by Alcaraz. So I don't like Djokovic. I was also thoroughly impressed with him. The fact that he beat Sinner, I know he had a walkover in the previous match, whatever, but at this age, the fact that he beat Sinner and he had a solid match. I mean, he won the first set against Alcaraz. Like, that is still impressive. I'll give him his flowers. At 38, doing that, really good. Alcaraz is like, I think he's even maybe about to take a step up, like a step above Sinner. I mean, he was just like in control in that fifth set. The way he came back in the French Open last year, like, I'm really excited to see like what he can do. And yeah, I think Connor's right. I think it's just a matter of, is he going to hammer out these majors? How fast is he going to do it? He's the youngest guy to complete the career Grand Slam. I will say, so I do like Alcaraz, but on this podcast and in real life, I think my rooting interest is going to be for the next guy that isn't Sinner, Alcaraz, or Djokovic to win a major. Just because I want to see it. Just because, like, for the sport, I want to see who's going to be the challenger. As long as it's not Zverev.
Has largely been dominated by 6 guys in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Nadal, Federer, Djokovic, Alcaraz, Sinner,
and then Murray.
Yeah, and you can maybe throw Stan Wawrinka in there. Is like the next guy. But, like, yeah, I mean, we could look at exact numbers, but they've probably won 80% of the majors. Like,
they've probably won like 90.
Yeah, you're probably right.
They've had at least 90 there.
I mean, it's probably higher than that. Yeah, that's probably the sport where that's like the largest case, where it's
Mhm.
dominated by these like few people
It's
since
ridiculous.
the mid late 2000s,
No,
Early
mid
2000s.
early
early 2000s.
2010s.
Yeah,
I think Federer won his first one, 03? Something like that?
something
02?
like that. Nadal was 05, and Djokovic
Okay.
came along a little later. But I mean, Nadal and Federer won like all of them from 05 to like 08 when Djokovic kind of got in there. Like
Yeah.
That might
literally
be
all
like
of them,
the
I think.
center.
I think Murray had what, like
though.
4? He was sprinkled in there.
He
a
had
couple of
he had
times.
3. I was looking. So he won he won later too. He won the 2013 Wimbledon. He won the U.S. Open around then, and he won 2016 Wimbledon. So
Oh, okay. That's still probably more than anybody else.
Oh, yeah.
since
Right.
over that time span, besides like
Yeah.
the few people we've named.
Yeah.
Did we have anything else we wanted to talk about? Do any of us care about anything with basketball right now?
All-star teams were announced today.
yeah, they were.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And-
Whatever. Who really cares?
Yeah.
Yeah,
mean,
Bulls
You're
cleaned
we,
up on.
we don't want to talk about Jalen Duren, Norman Powell being first-time All-Stars, among others.
I hear enough about Jalen Duren.
What about Denny Avdia?
Oh, we lose Quinn.
Goodbye, Quinn.
He's back.
Oh, he's back. He's back. Just took a
I
second.
hear
yeah.
that.
I think we need
yeah,
to.
that
Yeah.
does it.
Denny Avdia, first-time All-Star as well.
Any thoughts on no Dylan Brooks?
He shouldn't have been an All-Star.
He's been balling.
He's not enough to be an All-Star.
I don't know. Jamal Murray got on. I was glad to see that.
Yeah, the one thing I'm disappointed with is that Pascal Siakam got in over Michael Porter Jr. And that brings up my main point I'm trying to make by talking about the All-Star game here is it's USA versus world now. Like they're doing like
I don't think it
two
is this year. I think
USA
it's still
teams. It's two USA teams and a world team this year. And I just don't like that. I don't like how you have to fill certain quota for that stuff. Like I think it should just be whoever.
Easy,
I think it should be East first. I'd say it should be East first West still.
Oh,
East
okay,
versus
okay.
West.
I don't mind USA versus the world.
I don't mind it in theory, but
It's different.
I think it like it's already half East, half West All Stars, and then you have to delay it further to be like a certain amount of guys have to be from not USA, or certain people have to be from USA, because we know the way the NBA is trending right now. There could be more international All Stars some year here soon. Like I just don't want the restrictions. I want it to be the best players make the All Star game.
Well,
Point blank, period. I don't think it should be anything with, well, you have to be an international player from the Eastern Conference. Like, no. Plus, I want MPJ in there. I want MPJ to just be slinging the rock
Michael
out there.
End of possession, Porter.
Possession ends here, Porter Jr. Yeah. He's been goated for my fantasy basketball team this year, too. So I just wanted to see him get some flowers.
Empty stats.
Well, yeah, big time empty stats. but I'm arguing him over Pascal Siakam, who is playing for the worst team in the NBA right now.
It's not their fault. They lost Tyrese Halliburton, who's a stud.
And that shows just how good Tyrese Halliburton is, that they were in Game 7 of the NBA Finals with him last year.
I think they win if he plays. I think so, too.
I think so, too.
He was like 4 for 4.
Big. Oh, my gosh. We've talked about it, I think, obviously off air, but Tyrese Halliburton last year maybe had, like, the second or third top 5 for sure, like, playoff stretches of our lifetime.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, it's just every time he had to take the shot, he made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, non-LeBron, the only one that even comes up is like Kawhi, right? Like
Kawhi and Jimmy.
Oh, Kawhi's just nasty.
Jimmy,
Yeah,
losing
I guess
effort.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Tyrese, I've never seen anything like it. Like it was true. It was every time.
Yeah.
There was no.
It was magical. It was like the only way you can describe it. That Neesmith heater against the Knicks.
Oh, unbelievable!
Too. Yeah.
That team
Already
was so
nostalgic,
fun.
but-
I hope they make a run again next year, especially after they add,
Cam Jones.
AJ
miscellaneous.
Debanza.
Cam Jones.
Well,
Did they just add Cam Jones to the team?
No, but I mean, once he like gets his feet under him and is contributing significantly.
Don't the Pacers
I
not
mean,
have their first round pick?
They traded for it back
Yeah,
I did not see that.
It was like during the finals
last year.
was
Yeah,
like-
they got it
Yeah, they
back.
traded it. Oh.
Yeah.
But it was like
How did they
pick.
get
Like,
that pick
whoever they
back?
had traded to got to pick like this year or next year or something.
Yeah.
Well,
And
the
they picked next year or something.
the Pelicans had control
No.
over it, and they got it back from the
Yeah.
Pelicans. The Pelicans would have had the top 2 picks in the draft this year, possibly, with their pick and the
They're gonna make the wrong
Pacers
pick.
like. Well, they don't have
don't
anything.
have
They
it.
don't. They don't have them. They don't
Oh,
have
Wrong
them.
Pelicans
pick.
don't. Oh,
The
They-
Hawks
they
have
tra-
it from the Dairy Queen.
the Hawks also might not make the right pick.
There's not a
Who's
wrong
the
pick.
wrong
There's
pick?
not a wrong pick there.
That's- Yeah.
Cameron Boozer.
It'll
It'll
Those
happen.
Pacers-
It'll happen.
Cameron Boozer just Marvin Bagley again.
It happens. I thought Marvin Bagley was the truth.
I don't think
Mm.
Boozer's a bad prospect or
I
bad
don't
compared to
think
the
so.
other options.
I don't think there's.
I
I
don't
don't think there's a.
I
This
don't think
draft
there
is so
a
good. There's not a bad
in the top
option. There's not a bad
four,
option.
right?
Although
But it's-
I do want to say, did anyone see that? Like, do we know what's up with Darren Peterson?
Nah, no clue. Yeah,
That is a
he
dog.
just hoops. Yeah, he just
He
hoops.
points in the first half, and then he,
And then he only
one
played
minute in
2
the second
minutes.
half yesterday.
Yeah.
I thought it was foul trouble. I
No.
maybe it was. Oh, okay, I
No,
didn't see.
he's on a minute restriction. I'm not sure.
I know, but it was weird.
So he's played them all in the first half and then set up the
Yeah.
second.
Well, I mean, I guess we
Strangest
didn't blow
way
him
to
out by
do
that
it.
much in the second.
I'm just saying.
Did Kansas adopt a BYU like ethics code? You like curse at practice or something? DeBanza sat out a first half for that this year, didn't he?
Did he really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Oh.
hilarious.
yeah.
Maybe that's
DeBanza
a
sat out.
course,
He's getting paid like
story
what,
on the
10 mil?
podcast.
DeBanza, I've never seen a more like for sure. Like DeBanza's going to the Utah Jazz. Like it's they're gonna rig it.
I mean, it makes sense just because he's already there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They gave
Unreal.
the $7 million he's being paid comes with the agreement that he stays in Utah and converts to Mormonism.
Right.
Has some, join Kyle Filipowski or whatever.
Oh, no.
Oh,
We don't need
Oh,
to.
God.
we don't need to
Oh,
unpack
goodness.
that. Whatever's going on with him.
Is he still in Utah?
yeah.
He's still in the
I
league?
think-
I haven't heard about it in
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah, he's a
He's not very good. Well, he was good at college.
I want to know. I wanted that to be like a series of like 5 years after they leave BYU. Like, are any of these guys still Mormons, or like how does that work? Like,
Well,
where are
they're
they
not
now?
Mormons right now. They're not Mormons right now.
I know, I
I've-
know. But so it's like what they say they are. So it's like, do they admit it? Do they
I've-
still like live the lie? Do they just like, fully whatever? Or do any of them like they just like dive in and they
Yeah.
become Mormons? Who knows?
I've seen clips from like the St. Brown podcast where they've had I think Fred Warner and like
Yeah, I
Lisa
saw the Fred
on
Warner,
recently, and like both of those guys went to BYU, so they've like asked them like when you were there, like did you do anything like that kind of thing, and I don't know if either of them. Buka might have. I just know Fred like was like nah, unless I
Well,
did
Fred Warner's
this
actually
stuff.
Mormon. I'm pretty sure.
and workarounds.
Yeah, but like a lot like AJ DeBanza
Kid
and
from
like
the podcast.
Rob Wright and all them aren't gonna. They're not at BYU because they're Mormon right now. They still
Okay.
have to sign the honor code, but
Yeah.
they're not Mormon. Fred
think- I
Warner,
think-
if he's actually Mormon, is more likely to be living by the honor
Yeah,
code.
yeah, sure. I think giving up coffee now would be the hardest thing for me for like an extended period of time. I think it would be no coffee. That's just me though.
So you got Diet Coke.
Wait, it's no caffeine, isn't it?
No, they can have they have
Is it?
swig out there. They have like those soft drink
Oh,
drive-throughs where they can.
yeah.
How does
dirty
that
sodas
make
or whatever.
How does that make any sense? Why can
It's
I?
coffee.
Why can I? Well,
right, well, let's look it up.
Coffee's bad.
Hey.
This
Do
sounds
we
like
want
a
to
bonus
unpack
episode.
Mormonism right here? Do we want to unpack
Yeah, I was
Mormonism
gonna say,
and
this is
everything?
like a full podcast episode. We're
No,
gonna
I
make
just
an
want
hour.
an
It's
explanation on
caffeine.
coffee.
Normans can't have caffeine.
Mm.
Wait,
Normans are now. And I lied. They're not prohibited from having caffeine, so they can't have caffeine. That was worded
But they-
badly.
But they can't have coffee.
John Smith
can't
said
have
they could have caffeine now.
Joseph?
Joseph. Sorry,
Coffee
John-
and tea you cannot have though.
John Smith was the Pocahontas guy.
Oh,
There are probably a million Johnsons.
Joseph Smith. He said he came back. He said no. Yep, you guys can have it now.
dude, we're barking up the. If Mormons are listening to this podcast, they're gonna be.
We haven't
Upset
said
with
anything
yourself.
slanderous about them. I'm just questioning.
You did
I
say
want to know. I
Joseph
want to
Smith,
be affirmed.
Joseph Smith came back and said it's okay now.
Who? I don't know how the Mormon Church, like what their leadership structure looks like. Do they have the
They
equivalent of a pope?
They have someone, yeah. I think he's in
Just wanna-
prison right now, though.
How does he say they can have caffeine now?
It's like the Pope. It's like how the
Again,
Pope
this
says.
sounds like a full podcast.
Yeah,
It's gotta
yeah.
be
To unpack Mormonism.
Boyos
Next-
unpack
next
Mormonism.
Oh, Judy Smith-Schuster's real name, he was born as John Smith. Fun fact.
Was he actually?
Yeah.
So did he say they could have caffeine now?
I don't know.
He did the Corvette for the sins and everything like that, and yeah.
That's, last thing, we don't have to get too in depth because obviously this is worth like taking a little bit of time on it. But yes or no, is Giannis Antetokounmpo traded at the trade deadline?
No.
I was
No.
at a Dick's Sporting Goods in Milwaukee today. Not Milwaukee, in Wisconsin. And all the Giannis stuff was half off. So I'm just going to say yes for that reason. That just seems like the
That's
biggest
some
sign.
good clues.
Joey, you said no?
And that Doc Rivers said he was going to stay, which might actually mean he's going to leave.
Oh,
Joey, you
I
said
didn't know
no?
that. Yeah, I mean, I think Giannis. Listen. You can go back in this podcast, any viewers, listeners out there.
It was yes or no. You don't need to take your victory lap now. We can save it.
Oh no! I'm not taking my victory lap yet. I'm just saying he's gonna get traded. I just don't think it's gonna be during the season. This season, I think they're gonna wait till the offseason, probably sometime around draft day, free agency opening, something like that. Just because I think, looking at the packages that they have in place for Giannis for the teams that might want him right now, it's just nothing really.
Dude, Jonathan Kuminga
Speaking to
and
me.
Brandon Podziemski are the truth.
If it's Jonathan Kuminga and Brandon Pajimski, and
That's definitely
whatever
not how you
picks the
say his
Warriors
name.
somehow have, it's Pajimski.
It's Pajimski? I hate that guy.
Yeah.
I can't stand
It
him.
is.
I'm out. He said he wanted like a max contract at some point last year. I can't find the receipts, but I think I tweeted about it. Can't
Brothers
stand
is
it.
trying to get his bag, man.
Yeah, I agree with Joey. It's easier to like trade players in the offseason. That's like Kevin Durant was for sure out of the Suns, but like you gotta wait till the offseason because
Yeah.
it's easier to move
I
contracts
also just
around
have
and
no
stuff like that.
understanding of how money works in the NBA. So like I know like they'd have to take on an amount of money to whatever.
Right.
Yeah, because every team is like allowed over the or by the cap space or whatever.
I understand. I think football I mostly do, but baseball I do the best. Basketball I got no clue how it works.
Yeah, they'll do first, second apron stuff, luxury tax, everything like that with NBA these days. It's crazy.
Quinn, any final thoughts?
Go Firebirds.
Go Birds. C-Dub.
Birds. We're back.
Yeah.
JB.
Yeah, I have a couple final thoughts. So glad to be back talking about the Boyos. It's been too long, so I think we have some stuff in the works. We were talking before this. I think we got a good understanding of where we're gonna go with this. Want to shout out all the loyal listeners out there, both old and new, because I know there's plenty of people there's plenty of people out there who I've heard are going to be listening to this new podcast that weren't around last time. So shout out to all our new listeners out there, and I'm excited to see more of my takes age like fine wine. Also, one last thing. One last thing.
Cade Stover and Xavier Hutchinson.
One last thing. College basketball. I want to take a moment of silence here for the Big East. The Big East is just not what it used to be. It hurts my heart to see it. I know it hurts Quinn's heart probably more than it hurts mine.
It does.
So let's take 5 seconds here for a moment of silence just to remember the old Big East.
Thank you.
Stevie Mitchell night this past week was kind of electric though.
It was special.
And we had no clue that was happening.
I knew he won the McCahill Award. I'll say that. The McCahill Award, the highest academic honor from a Marquette student athlete. I mean, of course he would win the McCahill Award. That's just the type of guy Stevie Mitchell is. But we got tickets to the game, and I did not know that he was being honored And so that was just quite a surprise at halftime. Lovely tribute video. All his teammates kind of showed up. And yeah, shout out Stevie Mitchell. It's bad that it's 1 year. I'm already like looking back on the good old days. I've already kind of shifted my college basketball attention, which even that's not paying many dividends right now. But but shout out to Stevie Mitchell is all I really have to say right now.
Shout out, man. Yeah, we're back. We're gonna be on more. We're actually back this time, I promise. You're gonna get sick of us eventually, but we'll be back talking ball for now, and we will see you guys soon. Go Birds.
Peace.